Hey everybody, it's Chuck. We are test driving 11.4.6 and I did a little quick test drive this morning, got a few highway modes. There's a new maintaining speed for traffic flow function that I tested this morning, put it on YouTube, put it on X, and now I'm gonna come out and do some unprotected left-hand turns. And look at this, the first scenario has got a van, a trailer, and a truck. And let's see how it does here. Good interaction there, the truck is there, a very small gap here, it needs to wait. Good, nice wait there, it's clear to the right. Oh, is it gonna go for that? If it goes, it needs to go. Commit, roll, all the way through, and to the middle lane. Okay, so this middle lane behavior is still here. There were no cars coming, so it had all the lanes to choose from. It's just not the way I learned how to drive, but just to comment that they have not changed that behavior yet. So I'm not exactly sure if that's what they intended. I'm gonna just see if I can get a U-turn programmed in here real quick, if it'll do it. There's my U-turn. I'm not gonna do a lot of these, but I do like to try to see if I can trick it into doing a U-turn at least once. We got a good chunk of traffic coming, so it's gonna need to wait. I'd like it to get over here in this lane completely. And let's see how it starts to map this out. Definitely the route has a U-turn planned. The trajectory really isn't showing me a U-turn. It looks like it's stuck. Probably had an opportunity to creep forward there and it chose not to. Not exactly sure. I think it's going to do the same thing it did on the previous version. So U-turns, I think, are not a supported function. As soon as I get a good opportunity with traffic, I'm just going to press the accelerator for y'all that like to see this, to see what it will do. I don't want it to go out into the right-hand lane because I've got very fast-moving traffic out here. So as soon as this second car on the left goes by, I'm going to slowly press the accelerator. I do have a car to the left I need to wait for. Let's see what it does here. I'm pressing the accelerator, I'm pressing, now I'm waiting. Now look. It's starting to map a trajectory for a U-turn there, but I've got a car over here. Whoa, what's it doing? What's it doing? Okay, I gotta disengage because see that car there to the left did not have a blinker on, but I could not tell what he was gonna do. Okay, unable to complete U-turn maneuver. All right, we didn't think U-turns were gonna be built in there, but I like to try to test it when I can, just so everybody can see where it's at. All right, let's try a few more. All right, here we go for round 2, unprotected left turns. No cross traffic this time. There's our good stop, complete stop, creep limit, median network projection. All right, needs to stop. Don't go, don't go, don't go. Gosh, ooh. All right, it went all the way to its creep limit, it looks like, and I'm fine. It's not too far out. It's, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? It cannot go anymore. Matter of fact, I think I'm in the road a little bit and this truck is coming. Okay, disengaged there. I'm actually going, yeah, he had to go around me a little bit. That jump there was unacceptable at that location. There's nobody behind me, so I'm gonna go ahead and complete a reverse here and set it back up. I did not expect that. It has not jumped like that on previous versions, especially with large trucks. Now, I don't know if that oncoming car doing an intersection changed the dynamics, but that was unexpected. All right, let's give it another try here. Let me get my wits about me. That's disappointing. All right, got a car behind me now, so I'm not going to be able to dilly-dally or reverse again. Creep needs to stop. Okay, there's a good gap with a good acceleration. It can go now. And it should roll the whole thing. Should not even stop in the median. And it's going to go to the middle lane again. Okay. Woo! Okay, so we got through the second one with no traffic, basically. I don't know what to think about that first one. It was clear as day. That was just bad decision making. I mean, obviously, it can creep and creep and creep up to the limit. I felt I was as far as I was comfortable. I'm sure the drone view will show you there was enough room. But it was close enough that truck had to go. He gave me more room because I was so far out there. But while I was so far out there, that little lunge was too much for my comfort level. It's that unpredictability that just doesn't quite ever let me completely trust it. Let's try some more. All right, round 3. Let's see what we get on this one. Nobody behind me at the moment. Good stop. Where's my creep limit? There it is. Let's see how far it goes out this time. Okay, there's a tiny gap right here. I would go, but you can't go now. Stop. Okay, see, it hesitated just a little bit. Tiny little scooter there. Can't go there, and a lot of cars coming now. So don't go any further. This little lunging is making me uncomfortable. It hadn't been doing that. It's been pretty solid here with traffic coming, and there is a lot of traffic coming now. So it really cannot lunge at all. I know you can't see it, probably from the drone, but these cars that are in my lane, many of them are giving me an extra berth. All right, there's a very tiny gap here, but it would have to commit. That was a good commit, actually. That was a good commit. It had to do that commit, and if it hadn't have done that, I would have had to disengage or take over with the accelerator. So that was actually a pretty good one. Wow. So the only uncomfortable thing I felt on that one was the lunging and lunging out to get to that creep limit. That is very uncomfortable when you're not in charge of the car, which just takes away that buffer that I can allow it to move. Anyway, I'm going to give them credit on that one. It worked, even though it did make me uncomfortable with the lunges. Okay, here we go. I decided to jump into this one because I wanted a little bit of a different interaction with the car in front of me. That car is turning to the right. It's got its blinker on. You can see the blinkers are being rendered. Not sure if they're 100% accurate or not, but they're there. And then after that stop, we should stop, and it did, and now we should creep. Let's see how this one works. Give me a creep. Okay, it's wide open, so it does not need to stop. Now, it does need to stop in the median this time. And let's see how this one goes. Okay, good. The left lane is open, but it needs to stop. Okay, now the left lane is open in the left, and let's see if it waits on all lanes. It looks like it's waiting on all lanes to be open. That was the last car. Look at that. But it wanted to go all the way to the middle lane again. All right, so that was a little silly use of the middle lane in my mind. These two lanes were wide open. It could have just jumped into this lane and gotten going with the flow of traffic. Its current decision seemed to be to wait on all 3 lanes to open up so it could jump into the middle. That's a little non-human-like in my mind. I wouldn't be driving that. And while we're going to be going to version 12 with end-to-end perception to control, humans don't drive that way either, at least here in Jacksonville, Florida. Let's try another one. All right, we've got another car here that doesn't have his blinker on, but he's kind of lined up to go across. So I think he's doing an unprotected okay, there's the blinker. So unprotected left-hand turn for the car in front of us. So you get to watch a car with a human driving and a car with ego driving. Got a car behind me also, so I'm in a little bit of traffic. Let's see how this goes. All right, that car's going. There's my stop. Probably annoyed the people behind me a little bit doing that because it was kind of weird that I was sitting there in traffic. Now, I cannot go because of that other car. So I have to sit here and wait. And that car looks like it's still dark, so it's identified. Now, I have a large gap after this car, and he's going to go. This would be great if it went right now. Go, commit, commit. Very late commit. That was a wasted opportunity for decision making. It worked because of the amount of time it had, but that was a wasted opportunity. That felt like latency to me. It was clear as day to me. There was one truck coming. It just waited and waited and waited and almost waited to the last second before it went out. Yeah, that felt like latency to me, or the inability of making a decision. Love that one. Let's try another one. All right, here we go again. And like I normally do about this point, I've lost count. I think we're at 5 or 6. All right, there's our creep limit. One car, big hole, wide open. These gimmies are too easy. So when there's no traffic at all, now it doesn't have a problem with it. I'm still a little bit annoyed with the middle lane, but Yeah, this is a low traffic performing car. This high traffic today is not doing as good as previous versions. It's lunging a little bit. Some late decision making, latency. I don't know. I can't wait for V12. End to end. Perception to control. I don't think I'm timing the traffic well. There's a stoplight about a mile down the road, and every once, I probably should do the math on that a little bit better to perfectly time that traffic. Because when I give it these big wide gaps, okay, it needs to stop. There's a tiny gap here, but it should wait. Okay, ooh, whoa, okay. Now after this car, it can go wide open here, and it's wide open left to right. Easy peasy. Hit the middle lane every time today. I don't think I've had 100% middle lane in the previous versions. It's definitely going to the middle lane. Let's try another one. All right, I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. Pretty consistent behavior on entering the middle lane. Little uncomfortable behavior on the lunging to the creep line, and one or two poor decisions in my mind. I'm not gonna say it's a regression, but it didn't feel as good as before. So that's unprotected left-hand turns on Chuck's turn 11.4.6. Have a great day, everybody.